Howdy folks, Howzit Canada is finally live on the interwebs and ready to go, and in this video I'm going to quickly show you what it's all about. But before we go there, two things I want to mention. Number one, who is Howzit Canada for? The site is for every single expat South African living in Canada. That's who we built the site for. That's who we wanted to use the site. Whether you've been here for a week or whether you've been here for years, if you feel like you want to connect to your South African roots, this is the single source of truth, and that is what we are aiming to do with the site. Whether you want to find boerewors, biltong, droewors, Oma Biscuit, or you want to support other South African businesses, or you are looking to connect with South Africans where you can speak a little bit of South African, like events and stuff like that, it's all going to be on here. And then, of course, one of our most important ones is our communities. I mean, these Facebook groups and these communities that are out there in all regions of Canada, these are some of the most important things. If you are a new expat, especially, those are the groups and communities that you want to join, because the people are so helpful and so friendly. And it's just, I know when we arrived here, without those Facebook groups and the advice that some of the people they gave us, it would have been a lot harder. Let me put it that way. Anyway, so the communities, and that's what Howzit Canada is all about. That's why we built the site. There's going to be lots of stuff that we're going to be adding on there, jobs for SAFAs, friend finders, things like that. But that's all in the next phase. In this phase, these are the four things that we've focused on, and these are the four things that we are building. So if you are a business owner, if you are a community organizer or manager, if you are an event organizer, please send us your details so we can load it up here. Just one little note, if you don't send us your details and we find it online, we are going to put it on the site in any case, because honestly, as much as we would like your help to load the stuff, the site is not for you. If you get extra business or extra community members from the site, it's great. And we love it, but that's not what it's about. The site is for the expat South Africans living in Canada, to help them find communities. So don't ask us to not load your community, or don't ask us to not load your event. If it's out in the public space, we will put it on the site, because at the end of the day, it's not about you. It is about the person that might benefit from connecting with your event or your community. So that's the first thing. The second thing that I want to say is, please bear with us. This is a brand new site. It is a big build, and there's bound to be errors and mistakes, and there's a lot of changes that I've already identified that we will be doing in phase 2. One of the things is the sorting system, because right now it's not all that great. We are working on it. Next phase, it'll be sorted out. So check in regularly on the site. All right, let me show you what the site's all about. Firstly, on the homepage, we just, basically talk about what the site's about, and you can select whether you're looking for South African goodies, SAFA events, local communities, or SAFA-owned businesses. And then we're going to feature a bunch of businesses. Right now, this is just randomized, but very soon we will be featuring our founding members. Nobody pays to be listed on Howzit Canada, because like I said, it's not for the businesses. So we're not going to charge the businesses. This is for the South African expats, and we want to make sure everything is on there, and that's why we don't charge for it. But for the South African Institute of Canada, we have a couple of founding members that are helping us out with funds to make this all happen, and their businesses will be listed over here. So those will be featured. Then we have upcoming events. This is just going to be random. And that's the homepage. It's really simple, actually. Looks a lot simpler than it is in the back end. Trust me on that one. We have the categories. The first one is SA Goodies. Now, if you click on it, it will pop up with a couple of things. You can either select your city or region. You can select your category or the stuff that you're looking for. And then there's a map that just kind of shows where it is all out. Obviously, I live in Vancouver, and we've got a lot of help in Vancouver. So we've already got 17 local units listed. But, we're going to populate the rest very soon, hopefully with your help, because if you know of any businesses out there, let them know, or let us know, so we can reach out and get them listed. Now, what are South African goodies? These are basically the South African stuff. So it's either foodstuffs or goods that are made in South Africa and imported to Canada, or it is typical South African things that are made locally, like biltong. I mean, we can't import the biltong, we make the biltong over here. So you've got Biltong Canada, Netvleis, we've got Fynbos Bakery, so typical South African foods made in Canada, or stuff that are made in South Africa and imported. These are the South African goodies. Then we have South African owned businesses. This is just if you want to go support another SAFA. I mean, you might as well do it. If you need a realtor, use a SAFA. If you need a lawyer or an accountant, check it out. So once again, South African owned businesses. We've got quite a few listed already, 20, 29, 34. It's like, we're hitting 41 already, and it's growing daily and fast. We're aiming to have over 500 listings in the next month. And this is just people. I mean, SAFAs are so active. They work, they do everything. So you've got Crankit Sports, Space Solutions, lawyers, skincare, landscaping, design. We've got everything over here. And if you want to search, kind of filter it, you can filter it by a region. So we can go British Columbia, and it will show all the guys that are in British Columbia. Now, this is one of the things that I need to change, because this filtering system doesn't work very well, because people don't necessarily tick British Columbia. So the way that we're going to do it in future, as soon as in the next week or so, hopefully it'll be done, is that you will just put your own address in. And when you put your address in, it will work like the London drug site, where it will show you a radius or a kilometer radius around your address, all of the people that are in that space. So we're working on that. The other thing that you can do is you can also select by service. So I just want to find all the realtors. There we go. And we've got 5 realtors in British Columbia. All right. So that is the South African owned businesses. Then we have our events. Events, once again, very simple. Oh, by the way, all of these listings are randomized at the moment. So there's no advantage given to anybody. It's random. Every time you come to the site, it will be different ones at the top. And, we want to keep it nice and fair. We might at some stage look at giving our founding members a little bit of a benefit and have them at the top. But right now, everything is 100% random. So we've got our events, and then same, you can filter it, or you can look on the map, click through and check it out. There's actually a lot of events. There's still a lot more that we are going to be loading. And then, of course, the most important one, like I said before, the communities. I cannot emphasize enough how important these communities are. If you are new to Canada and you're just arriving, you have to join these communities, Facebook groups. We are looking for other ones. We got a lot of Facebook communities. We're going to be loading some LinkedIn communities and a few others. And you can click through on here where it says category. You can look for Facebook or YouTube. There's currently only one YouTube channel, which is mine. But Facebook, we've got a lot. And then, of course, also you can filter it. Once again, we're going to work on the filtering system in the next week so that it makes a little bit more sense. But there we go. I mean, look at some of these communities. The South Africans in Saskatchewan, South Africans of the Okanagan. That's such an awesome community. Anyway, so young South Africans in Calgary. There's like hundreds of them, and we are going to get them all on the site. So you can go find the ones that works for you. All right, then we've got the contact us, obviously, where you can just reach out and let us know. I must take my phone number out there. I'm already getting way too many calls. Drop an email to Lewis at the South African Institute, or fill out the form if you want to let us know of any other businesses, anything that we can change. It's all there. And then lastly, we've got the My Account. This is where you can load listings. So let me just show you quickly. If you are a South African owner of a goodies, business, event, or community, what you will do is you will register an account. It's very simple: email address, name, password, and then you can submit your own business, your own event, or your own community to the site. If you do it, it's great because it helps us a lot. If you don't want to do it yourself, just send us your information and we can load it. Or if you know of somebody else, just send us their information and we can load it. What we do is when you load stuff, because obviously we need to have a security check in place so that people don't load questionable things. So for that reason, we will not immediately make it live. If you load it, we get notified, we will check it within a day or so, and then we will make it live or let you know if we're not going to make it live for any reason. But there's no reason anybody's going to be left off, unless of course you're causing havoc or not dinkum, I guess. Anyway, and then lastly, we've got the Join SAFA network. This is to sign up for our newsletter. It's Howzit Canada. It's currently going out once a month, and it's just some information, updates, exciting things happening, stuff like that. So please drop us your email in there and connect with it, because it is cool. We are just going to keep you updated with the status on Howzit Canada and, of course, on the SAIC, South African Institute of Canada. And that is the website, folks. One thing I want to add, though, is that I couldn't have done it. There are so many people that I need to thank. Lewis, Carmen, all the other volunteers, Bram, just all of the friends, everybody that jumped in and helped. And there are too many to mention. I'm sorry if I didn't say everybody's names, but without these people that are committed to the cause, that believe in this, and that are spending their time as volunteers in helping find and source businesses. I think the volunteers have spoken to over 500 or connected with over 500 businesses, communities, events, and things throughout Canada. And they are going to get all of that content online. And it's all for our South African expats living in Canada. It is so awesome. It makes me so proud that we have people that are so committed and that are so amazing to actually make this happen. So to all of you, thank you very, very much. All right, folks, please share this with any South Africans that you know, South African expats living in Canada. Let's get the word spread. Let's let everybody know that this is going on and that it's live and that it's there and that it's a resource. So thank you so much. Cheers.